What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, and as you can see, I am not in the basement. We on the move today. Had a lot of stuff to do. Had some business to tend to. Get my words together. But still wanted to bring some content to you guys. Still wanted to be involved. Still just wanted to talk about it. So let's talk about it. What we're going to do right now, we're going to congratulate the 2022-2023 women's NCAA women's basketball champion, LSU Tigers. They had an amazing season. Going into the season, I know it was very easy to, just South Carolina and whoever else falls under that. But LSU came out, and from the jump, they just had a hell of a season, man. For Angel Reese to come in from Maryland and produce the way she did the first year in this system, the first year with this coach, shout out to her. I mean, that's not an easy transition. That's not something that a lot of people can do very well. A lot of people transfer with the expectation to do what Angel Reese did, but then in reality, once they get on campus and the competition starts to get going, and a lot of times transferring don't work out for you. I'm just glad to see that for her, it did. That's great. As far as the championship game goes, they played Iowa. Everybody knows Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark had a hell of a tournament, hell of a season, hell of a college career, and it's scary because she still has one more year eligibility. If you didn't know, the WNBA and their draft rules and regulations are a little different from the NBA. I say that to say this. If Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark could have came out this year, there's a very good chance that Aaliyah Boston, instead of being drafted 1 overall to Indiana, could have very easily went 3rd. In women's basketball, you have to stay all 4 years before you can, make the jump to the WNBA. A lot of women who just, for whatever reason, don't like the college route. Overseas is still an option, but to go from overseas to back to the States without any college experience, that's pretty tough. But back to the game. Iowa came out hot. They came out hot. I think Caitlin Clark had 14 in the first quarter, but she got in foul trouble early. LSU just had a hell of a game. Morris, 45. Played some of the best defense I've seen anybody play. I know a lot of people are like, well, Caitlin Clark still had 29, 30 points. But yeah, she did. But it's the shot selection. It's the shots that she was forced to take. She didn't, unless the defender got stuck or fell on a screen, Caitlin Clark wasn't getting off, wide open, easy, non-contested shots. Caitlin Clark was making plays for others. Now, that chick, she's a hooper. I don't even necessarily know what position to. Is she a point guard? Is she a 2? I don't know. She's a guard. We know that, but 45 for LSU played some amazing defense. 55 for LSU. Play her role to the T. Still don't understand how somebody as small as her can she just always seems to be in the right spot at the right time. Like timely rebounds, 50-50 balls, stuff like that. 2, homegirl with the blonde fro came in off the bench, smacking. I'm talking about, she's 7 for 7 from deep in the first half. I think I read that right. 7 for 7 in the first half, crazy. From 3, that is. And then Miss Johnson, the rap star, number 4, she kind of like a little Miss Do It All. on and off the court apparently, but LSU just had a hell of a season. I can't even sit here and say after watching that performance if they would have played South Carolina, the results would have been different. LSU was the best team in college basketball this year. I know South Carolina was undefeated. I know they had 4 first-round picks. I know their entire starting 5 got drafted. I get it. I understand 100%. But LSU some dogs, bro. They got a bunch of dogs on that team. And I really don't think nobody except I don't think they're losing too many players. So a lot of this is going to be repetitive next year. I will speak briefly on, the things that took place after the game and, towards the end of the game with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. My opinion is this. Competition is competition. Competitiveness is competitiveness. If they both aren't going to be allowed to do the same things and be criticized equally, then just shut up. I mean, seriously. Like, I understand what people are saying from a classless standpoint when they're speaking on Angel Reese, but okay, if that's classless, then Caitlin Clark telling old girl from Louisville, you're down by 15 points, shut up. That's classless. Caitlin Clark excuse me. Caitlin Clark not respecting, I want to say that was Raven Johnson, not respecting Raven Johnson. Was that Raven Johnson? It was either Raven Johnson or somebody in the game before the South Carolina game. There was a particular play where there was a shooter at the top of the key, and that particular player was Caitlin Clark's responsibility. Caitlin Clark saw who the player was, kind of looked at her, waved her off as if, shoot that. A lot of people look at that as being disrespectful, but like I said, what Angel Reese did as far as the you can't see me and the, ring, whatever, if they both aren't allowed to do it, don't say anything to either one of them. If it has to go both ways. That's all I got to say. It got to go both ways. They either both classless or they're both competitors. That's my opinion. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you. Z.